What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. It has been a while since I've uploaded on the channel. Been like 2 years or something. I've been busy grinding, getting better on the bikes. Today I am actually following up on a answer I got on an Instagram message or Instagram request. I put out a thing saying if I start up doing YouTube again, what kind of videos do you guys want to watch? Throw me some ideas. Maybe I'll look at them. And we got some good responses. We got one of my buddies was saying he wanted circle tutorials, scraping tutorials, and transition tutorials, like from the seat to the knee knocker or whatever. So I figured that'd be a cool thing to come out and do on the old Grom. We'll go ahead and get started, get warmed up on the bike. But circles, what are you doing when you're in a circle? That is a very good question. And if you don't understand, it's very difficult to even attempt to circle because you don't know what you're doing. It's almost like wheelies are almost like a wheelie inside of a wheelie. If you have already learned how to wheelie and get to balance point, whenever you're working on bringing it up, there's a point where it tips and it's either not enough and you're just chasing it out, or it comes back and it keeps going back and it tips back. You have that weightless feeling like you're falling back in a chair. It's kind of the same thing learning circle wheelies, especially like committed circle wheelies where you're just dipping very aggressively. We're gonna let this car go by. Doesn't hit me. Thank you. But yeah, so a circle, I want you to think about a wheelie whenever you learn a wheelie. If you haven't learned a wheelie, you got to start there first. But today we're going to work on circles. I want to show you what's going on. So I'm going to explain this one more time. Whenever you're dropping back in the wheelie, it's like a tipping point whenever it feels weightless. You feel weightless, you feel like you're going to fall backwards. It's the same way with a circle wheelie. So I'm going to go ahead and give you just an example of the wheelie. So this is the wheelie, we're chasing it, find balance point, then it drops back. It's like we're tipping back in that chair. Then chase it out, it drops back. Same thing for a circle. So I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all the slow way, the way most people learn how to circle. Clutch up right here, have a foot down because it provides some support. And then eventually, all you're doing is just dropping it into the circle. You're dipping it. You're just dipping it. That's all you're doing. And it's kind of like this dipping point. Whenever it dips, then you have to like chase it through. It's almost like it's dipping. It's kind of like a wheelie. You're falling and catching yourself, falling and catching yourself, except this way it's falling, catching yourself, falling, catching yourself, and you're constantly doing that through the circle. A lot of people think that there's like one position that you fall into and then it just circles. I don't see it like that. The way I see it, you're constantly refinding your dip. You're constantly re-dipping it into a circle, like every millisecond, because it's so you'd bring it back, dip it, bring it back, dip it, bring it back, dip it. And I can kind of show you guys this. So if we do this, clutch up in the wheelie, we will dip it back and then dip it into the circle and it just turns. So that's a good demonstration of what I mean by dipping it into the circle. I can show you that again. We're in a wheelie, make sure there's no one behind us. You're gonna dip it back and then into the circle. One more time. So we're gonna dip it back, then we're gonna dip it into the circle, and then it just starts to go around. And as you're circling, once you get more and more of a circle, I started out with doing like a quarter circle. Then I could get to half a circle. Then eventually I got my first full circle and I was so excited. But I'm gonna keep showing you guys this. I'm gonna try and go a little bit slower and put my foot down. Some of y'all can maybe see the point of view. But all it is watch. Dip it back and in. And the more aggressively you dip it in, the faster your circle will be and the tighter the circle will be. So that's whenever you see them guys just spinning real fast. They're just super dipping it. That's a tight circle. I can show you that again. I'm going to drop back, then into the circle. And you're just constantly re-dipping it into the circle. That's all you're doing. Until you high side out like that. It's better to low side than high side. Low side you can most of the time save it. Just put your foot down. Can we do a little one hand drop back action? One hand drop back. Right there you see I was using the clutch in the circle. That'll come. I'd rather you learn clutch control first. I feel like clutch control is more important than learning how to circle. Because if you high side in a circle, you can pull the clutch in and not chuck the bike across the parking lot or yourself. But you know what? Everyone's different. Some people learn in different ways than others. So I am no judge. But yeah, guys, that's basically all circle is. It's almost like a wheelie inside of the wheelie. You're dipping it back and then you're dipping it into the circle. And then you are re-dipping it back, coming back out of the circle, then dipping it back into the circle. So it's dip, come out, dip, come out, dip, come out, dip. And I'm using some clutch here to help me go slower. I got stock gearing on this thing. Grom doesn't like to go slow. You're just going to be dipping it back, then into the circle. That's it. One more time. Dip it back, and then into the circle. And that's all a circle wheelie is. If this is helpful, I would appreciate a comment. Let me know what you thought of it. Very, very appreciated. Also hit the like button. It shows some good support. I appreciate everyone who supports me, who has supported me from the start. I know there's some of you guys that still watch this. I appreciate every single one of you. No hander for you. And that's basically how to circle. So what do you think? Should we end this with a stoppie? Maybe we see if we can roll a little stoppie. A little stoppie to end the day. There we go. Alright guys, like I said, if you liked it, hit all the stuff, hit me up. We got Instagram down below. Instagram's always popping. Always got something going on. If you did enjoy it, I'll see you later.